Hello, all. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, based on wherever you are. Today, in this series of What's New in 2024 Release Wave 1, where the preview is out, we'll talk about a new feature which is archiving of projects, which earlier were called jobs in Business Central. So, if you don't know, with 2024 Release Wave 1, the job module has been renamed to projects. You can still search it with jobs, that's not a problem, and you'll end up looking at the projects. So don't get confused if you just see projects when you search for jobs. When you search for job setup, you might end up with the project setup, but it's just a renaming of the objects inside Business Central. But with that change, there are some new features that are available in projects now. And one of them is archiving of these projects if needed. So because projects often change or jobs often change and evolve during their life cycle, the archiving capabilities as it already exists in other application areas like sales and purchases gives you control over the project data through audit trials and version control. So it's a similar functionality as you would have seen in the sales and purchase area. You can set it up, the archiving of projects like you do for sales and purchase from the project setup page. So let's see it quickly into action. So now when I look for job setup or called project setup, you'll see project setup. So don't get worried about it. And here you'll see a new option around archiving, which allows you to archive in with three different options as they available in throughout the other application area. Let's quickly talk about them. If you choose never, then documents will not never automatically archive. You can manually archive the projects by using the archive action on the project cards, but it'll not do anything automatically. The option question allows will prompt user to choose whether to archive a project when one of the events where Microsoft have code is executed, and then always will silently archive the project without asking a question whenever the event happens. Now we have talked about that in question and always there are some events. So let's understand what are those events. So as per Microsoft documentation, the events when the system will automatically archive in case of question or always would be when you change the status of a document or if you try to delete it. When you print, download, or send a document via email related to that project, it'll archive it. And whenever you post a invoice against a project, it'll also archive it. So you can set it up based on your need, always and or question. And based on those settings, whenever you go to your job or project card, okay, jobs or project card, what you'll see that you still have the option as it exists in the sales and purchase setup to archive this. So if you haven't enabled it and you still want to archive, you can do that by doing the archive project. So this project will get archived, and if I'm not wrong, there should be a number not listed into the documentation, but hopefully there is a number of how many times it has been archived. Yes, so you can see how many times this particular document has been archived and then go back to that. But let's understand what else you can do into it. So you can reuse an earlier version, and let me give you an example. So if I on this job I change the reference number to test, but I would like to go back to whatever the stage of this document in the archive version 1. So I can actually go to archive version 1, and from here I should be able to, let me do the view. I'm seeing it here, and now here I should be able to restore it back where there was your references blank. When I hit the restore, it'll ask me for the confirmation, and as I say yes, it should go back and update my the project card with the archived copy that I have. So let's go back and let's see. And where is my fixed rate job? Yeah. Now you'll see that the year reference has been removed. The number of archive versions still remains same. The original, so you can only reuse it for archive projects when the original still exists and it isn't posted. So you can't just bring it back if it is already posted. You can restore the action as we said, and which will override the current project with the archive version. But can I do it a copy? Because normally in the sales and purchase, you can also copy. Let's see, I'm not sure about it, but let's have a look. No, okay, project, others, okay, there's no option like that, right? I'm pretty sure if there's a need, that'll come into the future versions. Okay, what else is there? Now, people who are on SaaS always get worried, especially around this archiving piece and setting it automatic, that there will be a data growth that will keep on happening. And remember that there is a feature baked in into the Business Central product, even on-prem, and that feature is called retention policy. And Microsoft understand that archive data can grow drastically based on the 3-4 events that we talked about. So what they did is in this release also, they have also added the new table here in the retention policy, which is your project archive. So now utilizing the retention policy, you can keep the data of project archive in control of how long it should exist, and it then can automatically delete it. The things to know that the statistics page isn't available on the archive project card. So it's available on the project card, but it's not available as of today on the archive project card. The other limitation that you need to remember, that dimensions are not stored in the archive and can't be restored. So when you restore a project, Business Central will use the default dimension that are assigned. So don't be mad at it right now, but if you have dimension associated to it, they don't get archived with the document, and anytime you try to restore your document, the dimension will restore to whatever the default dimension values are. So keep that in mind while using it. Now I'll leave you with two questions. Do you know about the retention policy? If yes, if no, then add it into a comment and we'll do a video about it. The other thing, tell me into the comment section why when I was searching job, I was able to see the project card, the project list. And when I was searching for the job setup, how I was able to see the project setup. Is there a setting somewhere which allows system to understand that job means project and job setup means project setup and job list means project list? So let me know into the comment section if you know about it. If you don't, then also put a comment and we'll talk about it. You know the drill. If you like the content, hit the like button. If you think this will be useful for your customers or your fellow colleagues in Business Central, then share this on social media. And if you haven't, which I'm pretty sure you have, then subscribe to the channel and don't miss the fun what we are having here with the new release. So I'll come up sooner than later with the next video in this particular series. Till then, keep commenting, keep reading, and I'll see you soon.